Hey, Shalom Yashrala, this your brother Dawada, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise unto Yahawah, Bahashim, YAHAWASHI, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you. I can push this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I'm going to jump into this here lesson, which is pretty much like a land back off the lesson right before this, the one did yesterday. But nevertheless, this one here is dealing with, basically not necessarily all of the judgment of Esau Edom, because hey, we can go in on days for that, but nevertheless, we kind of touched on that yesterday, about him going into captivity, their elites going into captivity first and foremost, all right, and then the rest of their nation being brought back through their loins, and then they're going into captivity for 1,000 years. Really, they're going to be born into captivity, all right, for 1,000 years, all right. But nevertheless, you also have this talk, as the vibration that the men of the Lord have been pushing on this planet Earth. A lot of Jake are somewhat waking up. It's almost like, you see somebody, let's say it's you and your roommate, right? You got a roommate or whatever, or your old lady or whatever, whatnot, or maybe a kid, right? They're in the bed, sleep. You know what I'm saying? You may be in the same bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you watching the damn game, or you playing a video game or something like that, and something exciting happens, and everything's all kind of quiet. You got the TV down, and let's say you're watching a football game or something, and your team scores or whatever, whatnot. Yes! You go like that. Then all of a sudden you see the person that's in the bed sleeping, they start rolling over or whatever, whatnot. They start moving or whatever, whatnot, This is pretty much, like them, how do I say, getting into this so-called awakened stage, but they're not fully awake. They're more likely to hear things and wake up at that point in time than they were, before you made that sound, And that's pretty much how the majority, a lot of our people are right now, because of the fact that, they're somewhat woke up to the evil wickedness that Esau's doing or whatever, whatnot. For example, the so-called Black Lives Matter protesters, which that whole organization was set up by a white man named George Soros. All right. But nevertheless, our people that jumps on their bandwagon, they're so-called, they're like in that sleeping state to where they're rolling over or whatever, whatnot. They're not completely woke to their Israelites. And this is, this here violence that Esau is pushing on them comes from that perpetual hatred that he's had, from day one over the blessing, But nevertheless, they're somewhat in that awakened state. So they know that, okay, the so-called white man has been, a lot of our people are like, all right, we tired of this, like they say, hands up, don't shoot type situation or whatever, whatnot, So along with that, you also have these people talk about the ADOS movement, American Descendants of Slavery, which is some bullshit because, like how the fuck, let's just imagine you got one family, right? A mother, father, and some kids, right? And we know in slavery that they was dividing people up, right? So let's just say you have the kids, mother, father, and two kids, right? Now, one kid go to America, the United States. The other kid goes to Brazil, right? Now, you talking about ADOS, American Descendants of Slavery. Now, didn't these brother and sister, weren't they born from the same people? All right, they was born from the same people, but yet they was separated in the transatlantic slave trade. One got off the boat here and one got off the boat there. Don't you think that they should still get the same situation? That's why I say, a lot of our people are halfway woke. A lot of the shit that they be talking about don't even make no damn sense, they like to sit there and protest and speak on things they really know nothing about. Like, oh, we want to raise on minimum wage and shit like that. Like, no, you don't want no raise on minimum wage. You want to have a maximum wage cap, man. The more and more they keep raising minimum wage, like, for instance, now, people talk about, we're down here in Florida, because like up in New York, making $20 an hour is really nothing, But nevertheless, down here in Florida, they were also talking about, they want to raise minimum wage or whatever, whatnot. A lot of these so-called entry-level jobs, are paying, so-called decent money. For example, you could tell, how much is decent money when, you can go to your local Wawa, which is a gas station, right? You can go to the gas station. They always got the now hiring signs, and they tell you they start you out at $15 an hour. All right. So some smart dumb niggas would be like, oh, that's good money. Be like, nah, nigga, think about this shit. If you can go at an entry-level job, get a job at the damn gas station for $15 an hour, how much money do you think you need to be making to actually survive in this place, man? All right, that's just like back in the days, back when working at the gas station was $7.25. You couldn't live off of that. All right, that's when you need, $15 an hour job was pretty damn good. But now when you can go get that same damn job at the gas station, McDonald's, whatever, whatnot, for $15 an hour, that's still a low-level, entry-level job, man. Something you can get inside of high school or whatever, whatnot, to where you're not trying to raise a family on that, So you got these so-called smart dumb niggas that's, they like to jump on certain bandwagons, but yet and still they don't really look into the whole matter of the situation, If they did some real diligent research, they'd be like, all right, well, certain things sound good, but they ain't really all that good. Just like integration versus, us being separate, But nevertheless, I'm gonna jump into this here lesson because you have like I said, you have a lot of our people that's so-called waking up, but they're not really woke to this here situation. All right, so they talk about, oh, we want reparations and this and that, so on and so forth. Or and they also ask, they ask for reparations, in the form or the fashion of either money and or land. All right, now the problem with the money is, all right, there ain't enough money for them to be able to give us. All right, and Jake don't really understand the amount of money. You know what I'm saying? Like, for one person to have $1 trillion, that's a lot of fucking money. You know what I'm saying? For one person, because think about this, you got to have $100 million 100 times to get 1 billion. 100 million, or 10 times 100 billion, or 100 million, another 100 million, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 900 million. Then you have another 100 million. That's $1 billion, right? Now you got to do that shit another 10 times. You got to have, 100 times. You got to have 100 billion. 900 billion, you know what I'm saying, till you get to $1 trillion. That's a lot of money for one person. However, when you're trying to split, and then they talk about, the highest number that I heard with the so-called reparations thing was like 20-something trillion dollars or something like that, which Jake was like, yeah, hell yeah, we want $20 trillion. Like, well, wait a minute. This is just like, you know what I'm saying, you hitting a lotto for $1 million, but like 100 people hit that shit. You're not going to collect the whole 100 million, first and foremost. All right, then they talking about giving this to you over a set amount of time period or whatever, whatnot. Bruh. Hell nah. That's just like you getting, all right, for income tax, we'll just give you an extra $2,000 for the next couple so-called years or whatever, whatnot, till it all evens out, You're not going, they talk about 20 trillion. You're not getting this 20 trillion by your damn self, bro. You'd be lucky to even come up on $1 million, all right? And even at that, they're going to just devalue the currency, you know what I'm saying? They give all these jakes $1 million, then your damn regular Honda Accord going to be, $400,000 or $500,000, man. To move into a house, it might be $2, $3, $4 million, man, all right? And then not to mention that, $20 trillion ain't shit to America, man. All right, because you'll hear about America's like like the number that they tell you is like America's like 22, 23, maybe even $24 trillion in a debt, which is not really all that bad when you factor in that they make about like 20 to $21 trillion a year. So I mean, it is kind of bad because every year they're going into debt like $3 trillion. So they, that debt that they telling you about, instead of it being like 20 trillion, for instance, you get paid. Your bills is $100, right? But you get paid $90, right? So you can pay off, you know what I'm saying? Every time you pay your bill, you're going $10 further in the hole or whatever, whatnot, So it's not really like your bills, at the end of the month, you're $100 down or whatever, whatnot. You only like $10 down, really. And then the next month gonna come down, you're gonna be, $20 down or whatever, whatnot. That's pretty much how America's debt is really rolling in. But nevertheless, like I said, man, you asking for $20 trillion, that's only, you know what I'm saying, what America makes in like 1 year, man. All right, that's how much money they want to bring in 1 year. So they could basically take all that they make in 1 year and give that to Jake and then just keep on going like it was nothing, man. All right, so, and plus, what is that when they printing out money, man? It's really nothing, man. All right, and for you, Jake, that want your own damn land and everything like that, or you want Esau to give you one of the damn United States, that's the worst thing you could ask for, man. All right, especially how we tell you about how the so-called white man is the damn devil, and look what he's doing to all these other nations, all right? Just imagine if your ass got the state of Texas, right? Now, you got your own state that's surrounded by the U.S., all right? What you think they finna come do to your ass? You ain't got no military. You can't defend yourself. You can't fight against these niggas. You see what I'm saying? So, like, look at these other nations that's developed, and they got militaries, and they got allies or whatever, whatnot, They ain't even trying to really stand up against America. Prophecy's taking place, but nevertheless, in a normal scenario, they're not trying to stand up against America, man. All right, so you so-called Negroes, Latinos and Native Americans, mainly you Negroes, asking for these reparations. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you get your own land, then you got to worry about defending your land from Esau, Edom, and him coming in there trying to overthrow your government and take the shit back. You're like, well, shit, we gave you your own land, and then 20 years later, you gave it right back to us, man. And a well-off, wealthy so-called white man told me this shit one day, and he gave it to me this way. He said, I can give you niggas all the money I got in my pocket, and there's only one thing that you niggas can do with that money, and that is give it right back. Because why? They own every damn thing. So Jake gonna just wind up spending all their money in Esau's corporations, going back to segregation versus integration, all right? When we was segregated, we owned our own shit, all right? If they wanted to come and buy from our stores, that was money going into our pockets. Right now, we all integrated with each other, but Esau owns everything. So every time we go to the store, we buying and putting money in Esau's pocket. Every time we go and buy a car, basically Esau's getting money off of that, unless you buy Japanese or some shit like that. But nevertheless, with Esau owning every damn thing, you know what I'm saying? We wind up giving all our money back to him. So Esau give us $20 trillion, you know what I'm saying? What we gonna wind up doing by the end? Well, fuck it. They give us money back, for the majority of Jake, they get money back at the income tax time, man. All right, you get that in what, January, February. By March, the shit is all gone. You right back at Amscott, man. You see what I'm saying? So this is retarded for Jake to even be asking for, you know? It's not really retarded for them to be asking for a so-called reparation, which goes into making one whole. You know, that ain't gonna make us whole, man. You strip everything from us, our heritage, all right, which is the most important thing, because part of our heritage is us knowing who we are, knowing who our power is, and knowing how to get in contact with them, calling on their true names, man. All right, that's our ultimate power. That's our only resource that we really need, man. All right, the Most High, YAHAWASHI, man, him and his son, because they can deliver us out of anything and provide us with everything, man. All right, so, you know, Jake, you know, it's not really crazy that Jake's asking for reparations, but asking the so-called white man, this snake, this devil that you've seen rape, rob, and murder and take from everybody else, all right, you think that he gonna now deal fairly with you, man? Nah, of course not. He's not gonna deal fairly with you, man. Look what he did to our brethren in the northern kingdom, you know, Gad and Reuben, man. All right, yeah, we're gonna give you your own land, your reservations, you know, y'all, and it's sovereign or whatever, whatnot. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? And really, I believe here in America, it's illegal to own a casino in America, right? So what they do is they pretty much put casinos on so-called Indian grounds, right? And they say basically that the so-called Indians are the only people that can own this. But in reality, they just go in and they just change their identities or whatever, whatnot. So Esau's the one that's running and collecting these damn checks from these casinos, man. All right, so go ask Gad about reparations. They wind up getting their own land, man. They wind up, you know, basically getting these casinos to basically get money back. You know what I'm saying? But how many of these northern, well, Gad and Reuben them are actually, you know, faring well off of this here system, man? None of them. All right. But nevertheless, you know, this is why it's absurd for our people to be going this here route asking for reparation. You got a lot of our people getting happy and jumping on the bandwagon, but yet and still they don't do no diligent research, man. Had they came over and heard what the hell we talking about, you know what I'm saying? They talking about we violent, oh, the white man this and white man ain't that or whatever, whatnot. Bro, we telling you that the Lord is about to give you not only the so-called white man, but all these heathens as slaves, first and foremost, and the whole planet Earth, man. Are you about to inherit every damn thing, man, and all the resources, which we're going to get into all that right now, man. All right, going into this here reparation package that Esau is pretty much going to have to give up, man. All right. Now I'm going to run through this kind of quick. The point I want to grab is in verse 18, but I'm going to run through this real quick because this is also going into the judgment of Esau, Edom. All right. So this is Job chapter 20, I'm gonna start at verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short and the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment? Now you could look at this on a small scale, man. Look at all these, let's just say, you know, give you a scenario with how Jake understands this. Look at the neighborhood dope boys and shit, like the big dope boys and shit, you know what I'm saying? The big meaches or whatever, whatnot, man. Hey, they only have a short, so-called a short run, man. All right, they be living up on top for a short amount of time, man. Look at these rappers and shit, you know, they come out, be hot, you know what I'm saying? And they so-called fall off, you know, or whatever, whatnot. You know, you don't necessarily, or Jake hit the lotto or whatever, whatnot. You know, Jake get a good job and be living good for a while. But then at the end all be all, look at Bill Cosby, man. All right. But nevertheless, this is, you know what I'm saying, what winds up happening. You know, we can understand this from our situation. But nevertheless, when you look throughout history, man, all right, we would think that, oh, they reigned for a long time. They've been in power for a long time. But that's a short amount of time comparably to what we're going to be reigning, man. We're going to have an everlasting kingdom, an everlasting dominion, man. All of this is really but nothing comparably to what we're about to inherit, man. All right. Verse 6, though his excellency mount up to the heavens and his head reach into the clouds, yet he shall perish forever. Let me go back to verse 6. Yet his excellency mount up to the heavens and his head reach into the clouds. You know, Esau's at the pinnacle of all these kingdoms, man. He's at the top of the top, man. He got to do what a lot of these, what pretty much all these other kingdoms didn't get to do, man. You know what I'm saying? Homeboy done made it out in the outer space. You know what I'm saying? Got this here technology like he got now. All right, and so on and so forth, man. He got the whole earth under his dominion, man. No other nation, no other kingdom was able to pretty much have the whole entire earth under their dominion. You know, we talk about, you know, like the statue in Nebuchadnezzar's dream. You know, these are the world powers, that the ones that would have so-called rulership over the so-called world. But when you go back in history, these people only had, you know, dominion over the so-called known world, or the so-called, how you say, the places that so-called popping, like the main, how do I put this? The mainstay of every damn thing, you know, more or less to say, like you have in some states where, you know, the majority of the state is like a whole lot of big ass cities or whatever, whatnot. But then, you know, they do have some little small backwood ass towns or whatever, whatnot. The population may be 2,000, 4,000, 5,000 people. But the majority of the people in that state live off in these big ass cities, man. All right. But nevertheless, You know, this is basically how Esau's rulership right now is, man. He's got the pinnacle of all these different nations, man. And really on this, at this point in time, like not only is he ruling in the Western hemisphere, but he's also ruling and have dominion over the Eastern hemisphere, man. All these different nations, like the scriptures say, all the nations have drinking of your, basically your wine, you know, your Babylon juice, man. And the nations are mad, man. All right. Verse 7, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which see him shall say, where is he? You know, just like, you know, the last time you took a shit, bro, you know what I'm saying? You flushed the toilet, bro. You ain't never think about where that shit was going to end up at, man. You've never, until I brought up this scenario, you ain't even thought about, did that shit make it where it was supposed to go or wherever, whatnot? What's the process of it right now? Where is it at? What's the state of it right now? You never thought about that because why? Once you flush the goddamn toilet, that shit is gone, man. That's how Esau's going to be, man. All right. And it says, and they would see him shall say, where is he? Because ultimately, first and foremost, Esau's got to serve 1,000 years of slavery, but then he's going to be ultimately eradicated off the face of the earth, man. He's going to disappear like his own dung, man. All right. Verse 8, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision in the night. So imagine you having a dream, right? And you having a, you know, a so-called a good dream or whatever, whatnot. Not one that's so impactful onto you to where, you know what I'm saying, it's going to stick with you. But you're just having a dream, you're dreaming about something, and then somebody immediately just abruptly wake you up or your alarm clock go off and you just wake up out of the dream. Then all of a sudden you forgot what the hell you was dreaming about, but you knew you was dreaming, but like, damn, what the fuck was I dreaming about again? You know what I'm saying? That's how Esau's going to be, man. You going to forget about him like, damn, it was a wicked motherfucker around here somewhere. Can't remember who the fuck that wicked nigga was, man. All right. Verse 9, the eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. All right. Because like I said, eventually after his 1,000 years of captivity, slavery under the Israelites, all right, he's going to perish forever like his own dung, man. He's going to be no more in remembrance. Verse 10, his children shall seek to please the poor, and his hand shall restore their goods. So the first part of this, his children shall seek to please the poor. We're living in this time now where you see some so-called white people that, you know, so-called, they'll try to be so-called nice to you. They'll see certain things or whatever, whatnot, and try to fight for your, like in the elections right now. You have some of these politicians talking about they want to have reparations for so-called black people or whatever, whatnot, you know. I remember we had a scenario at camp one day where, you know, we was preaching about the violence of Esau or whatever, whatnot. And this damn Edomite woman, you know, she walked by, she heard us or whatever, whatnot. And she came by, she was like, you know, I hear you guys, I understand what's going on or whatever, whatnot. You know, can I just buy you guys some pizza? I'm just sorry, you know, this and that. Can I try to buy? Hey, that's the same situation, man, where his children is trying to seek to please the poor. We are the poor, man. They're trying to so-called make it not so bad or whatever, whatnot. All right, we'll give you this, we'll give you that, you know. We'll give you these different programs or whatever, whatnot. But ultimately, man, you ain't got enough to be able to give us, man. You owe us your very soul, bro. That's what's going to happen, man. Then they shall take them in captivity whose captives they were, man. All right. All of the adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity, man. All right. The elder shall serve the younger, man. That's owed to us, man. Thus saith the Lord via the scriptures, man. All right. That was written in stone, man. And it's not going to be able to be changed, man. This is a prophecy that's about to happen real soon, man. All right, the so-called white man is going into captivity up under us. There's nothing you could pay us, just like the Russians, man. The scriptures say that, you know, about the king of the Medes, you know, they're not going to regard silver nor gold, man. You're not going to be able to pay them off from destroying this here place, man. Just like how there's nothing that you can do to pay us off for, you know, you escaping your captivity and your judgment, man. All right, verse 11. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. You know, because hey, even from the beginning, you know, the Cain and Abel situation. But nevertheless, you know, when Isaac was still born or still alive, Esau said in his heart, the days of my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob, you know. And, you know, that hatred was in his heart, man. All right. And he had that perpetual hatred even into the same day, man. All right. Verse 12, though his wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spared and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth. All right. So, you know, when you talk to these so-called white people, man, they always got that these are some damn devils, man. You know what I'm saying? They some real snakes, man. Just like a snake is different from a dog. You know, a dog, you gonna hear a dog running up on you before he attack your ass, man. A dog gonna run up on you, be barking and shit. You know what I'm saying? You gonna see this motherfucker and shit, and he gonna come up and bite your ass, man. But when you roll up on a damn snake, you could be walking through the woods or whatever, whatnot. The snake done seen your ass, but he ain't really making no noise. You know, you got rattlesnakes, but, you know, most snakes ain't really gonna make no damn noise. You know, you get close enough up to him or whatever, whatnot, and you don't see him, and he feel like you proposing a threat to him, he just gonna reach out and strike your ass, man. Same way as Esau, man. And to give you a different perspective is, you know, even though Barack Obama's a Hamite, you know, I'm gonna compare him to Donald Trump. Donald Trump is like he's the good Edomite. He's the good kind of Edomite. Because why? Because he'll let you know, oh, you shithole countries, go back to your country. Well, we got to build a wall to keep these illegal immigrants out. They're just a bunch of rapists, murderers, and killers. We hate all you niggers. You know, that's a good Edomite, because at least you know that this month, it's like the damn dog. You know what I'm saying? At least you knew the dog was finna bite your ass, you know what I'm saying? Versus somebody, let's say you got these other Edomites, right, that's pretty much like Barack Obama, you know? A lot of you so-called Negroes thought that Barack Obama was going to do all this and do all that, change going to come. And all you niggas thought that Barack Obama was finna do something for you, and you still, so a lot of you still hang on to his coattails and not even realizing that he didn't do a goddamn thing for you, man. He did more for homosexuals, did more for so-called white people, did more for, so-called Muslims and stuff like that than he did for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right? So you have these, some Edomites, you know what I'm saying, that'll sit there and woo you and this and that, just like the housing crisis, you know, the subprime mortgages or whatever, whatnot, man. They didn't, when they was advertising that shit, they wasn't like, come on, niggas, come on down here. We know you niggas is stupid as fuck. We about to rape y'all with this motherfucking X, Y, and Z, this subprime mortgages. Go ahead, move into whatever house you want. The bigger, the better. Because we're going to just take that shit back, and your credit going to be fucked up, and you ain't going to be able to get an apartment after this shit, man. You're going to have to go back living with your mama and shit, you know? They didn't say that shit. No, they was like, you know what? It's time that we have an equal opportunity for everybody. It's time for y'all to live the American dream. You know, we got this new situation for y'all, this new type of loan for y'all, so you can move into your dream house and have your piece of the American pie, man. That's what the fuck they told you. Then all of a sudden they started selling your damn mortgages from here to there to there to there. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you found yourself in the hellhole, man. All right? But they didn't tell you flat out, you know, fuck y'all niggas, we finna take everything from y'all. This is just what the plan is. You know what I'm saying? No, they didn't tell you that, man. All right? Just like we go to a car dealership, they ain't telling you that they finna fuck you over with all that. How many people go buy cars and then get their first couple payments and realize, like, damn, this was a bad idea, man. All right? But nevertheless, continuing on, verse 14, yet his meat in his bowels is turned, it is gall of asp within him. He has swallowed down riches, he shall vomit them. This is the point I wanted to get at from 15 on down. It says, verse 15, he has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. Not only did Esau come into our ancient high places and possess that and take everything we had, all right? He even took our nationality, man, our identity, man. Took everything from us, man. All right. Not only did he take it from us, he also took it from all these other nations as well, too, man. All right. This is what he's currently doing right now. Look what the fuck he's trying to do to Venezuela, man. Steal the oil over there, man. Steal oil from out the Middle East, man. All right. And reign over these different nations. This is why he want to steal these countries so he can steal all the resources, man. This is why he gathers all unto himself all nations to put them basically into captivity, have them working for him and reigning up under him, man. All right. So it says, hey, this is how they had those so-called sweatshops, you know what I'm saying? Like in China or whatever, whatnot, man. Sold all these, you know, you call into a service provider or whatever, whatnot, to get customer service. All the calls always over in India, whatever, whatnot. That's him gathering all these other nations unto himself. You know, yeah, you could say, yeah, they giving them jobs, but yet he cutting, you know, first of all you Americans at home, first of all, he kicked y'all out and y'all ain't getting no damn money off of that. Second of all, these people that he paying over there, he's still underpaying them motherfuckers over there. So, you know what I'm saying? The only people that's winning is him. All right, he got even cheaper labor to some people he ain't got to care about, and then the people at home, they sitting over here starving, man, and he's still fleecing them. All right? It says, he has swallowed down riches and shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast him out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of asp, and the viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks, the honey, and the butter. So he's not going to live forever. You know, like the scriptures say, the inward thought is their house is going to go on forever, man. You're not going to see this shit forever, like your so-called glorious kingdom forever, man. All right, it's all falling, man. It's all the worms are laid up under it, man. All right, it's decayed, man. It's about to be devoured by thermonuclear missiles, man. Your whole shit, but man, you're going into captivity. All right, your whole shit is done, bro. Your whole act is done for, man. All right. It says, that which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to the substance shall the restitution be, he shall not rejoice therein. So it says, that which he labored for shall he restore. What did he labor for? He didn't, like the scriptures say, in Revelation 6, verse 4, and also in verse 8, you know, there was giving him a great sword to take peace from the earth, all right, and to kill the fourth part of the earth, you know, with the sword, hunger, the beast of the field, and so on and so forth, you know. And he also, you know, was going to have dominion over the earth and bring all these nations unto him and steal all their resources, right? So that was what he was laboring for, to put everybody into captivity and steal everything under the sun, man. All right, so he labored for everything under the sun. He gonna wind up giving that all back up. All right, so it says that which he labored for shall he restore. He shall not swallow it down. He shall not swallow it down. So Esau's not going to ride off into the sunset with all this, the gold, the oil, everybody up under him with his RFID chip, microchip system and whatever, whatnot, man. Which this is also going into that as well, too. This is when his so-called, he talk about a new world order, which in his mind, his new world order is him reigning supreme over all these nations. Really, his new world order is really YAHAWASHI's new world order, man. All right, because right now, this is the beginning half of the earth, man. All right, whereas the earth is being ran and ruled in wickedness, all right? But the second half, all right, is going to be ruling in righteousness, man. All right, so this is basically, this is the old world order and wickedness, all right? And Yahushua is going to have the new world order and righteousness, man. All right, but Esau wants to have a so-called new world order where, and also in Yahushua's reign, everybody going to be in subjection up under him, man. He's going to have dominion over everything, all the resources and everything, man. All right, and Lord willing, we're a part of that number. You know what I'm saying? Where we're going to be joint heirs with him, part of, the first fruits, you know what I'm saying? To be able to inherit all of these things, man. But nevertheless, this is what Esau's got in his mind. He going to have this new world order, have everybody microchip, read everybody's mind. He going to be like the Most High, man. That's what he said in his heart. All right. But what the Most High say, hey, thou art not God, man. All right. So he going to wind up spewing all this here back up, man. Everything he wound up swallowing down, all these different nations that he got under captivity, we about to take their ass into captivity. All the gold that he got, the oil, the resources, everything he got, man, we about to take from his ass, man. All right. Verse 19. Oh, let me go back to 18. That which he labored for shall he restore and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be. He shall not rejoice therein. Let me go into this word restitution because it's pretty much the same as reparations. All right. It says that which is exchange, substitute. The point here is recompense. All right. It says a barter or a compensation. All right. Exchange or charging, recompense, restitution. All right. So this is basically talking about how you say how you would know in today's days reparations, to make whole again. All right. To recompense. All right. Because Esau got to pay us back for all the things. We just read it, man. All right. This is what we're reading right now. He's going to pay us. Let me read it again. Job 20:18, that which he labored for shall he restore, all right, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution or the reparations be, and he shall not rejoice therein. So you asking, are you happy with $20 trillion, which, like I said, is like an annual income for America, what they call a GDP, gross domestic product, all right? But nevertheless, you asking for just 1 year of work from him. How long was you over here working for his ass, man? You see what I'm saying? Like, that ain't enough, bro. He owe us. That's why he got us. Hey, the Most High is righteous, man. Hey, recompense him double as he recompensed unto you, man. So he got to pay us back 1,000 years of hardcore bondage because we served him over here for damn near 500 years, man. All right. So it says, verse 19, because he hath oppressed and have forsaken the poor, because he has violently taken away a house which he builded not. All right. So look, not only, we're ultimately the poor, man, and he's oppressed us over and over and over again, because it says, the scriptures say Judah and Israel was oppressed together, man. All right. And all that, taking them, held them fast and refused to let them go. All right. So it says, because he has oppressed and forsaken the poor, because he had violently taken away a house which he built it not. And that's how he wound up getting all these lands, through so-called regime change, rape, robbery, and murder, man. He stole all the lands of the face of the earth, man. All right. It says, and taking away a house which he built it not. Not only that, we built up America for his ass, man. And we don't get nothing out of America, man. But, that's all according to the scriptures, because this is a place of our captivity, man. All right. He going to be the head and we going to be the tail, man. All right. Verse 20. Surely he shall feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save that which he desired. All right. So he, this is him about to vomit it all up, man. He's about to throw it all up. And that's really the stage he's sitting in now. He's like, no, we have got to go forward with this here plan. If we don't, we could lose everything we labor for all these hundreds of years, and manipulating and overthrowing governments and so on and so forth. We can't allow this to break up right now, man. We so far in now. We got to go ahead and follow through with the whole situation, man. All right. Verse 21, there shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods. So Esau's going to give up every damn thing, man. It's going to be nothing left, man. It's like a motherfucker robbing you and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? A person run up on you, put a gun in your head and take your wallet, you know what I'm saying? Or go through your wallet and take all your money. At least they leave you with the wallet, right? But just imagine somebody coming up to you, put the gun in your head, take your wallet, take the money out your wallet, take the wallet, and make you strip butt-ass naked and take all your clothes. You see what I'm saying? Hey, they even shave off your head, your beard, your eyelashes, and everything. Like, bitch, you ain't got shit left. That's how Esau's going to be, man. He going to be left bare, man. And ultimately, after that, man, we going to possess his goddamn, his whole being, man. We don't even take his life from his ass, man, because he took away our lives, man. You can read that in Revelation 18, man. All right, in Babylon was found the souls of men, man. All right, you got a lot of our people following after him and following after his trends or whatever, whatnot, man. You know, they all lost in the sauce, and whatever Esau say, this is the new trends. That's what the fuck they following, because why? They basically worshiping Esau as their god, man. So what do you think Esau's finna be doing unto us, man? All right, hey, they gonna look to us for every damn thing, man. All right, thus saith the scriptures. All right, verse 23, or verse 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, and that's where he's coming into right now. He's so close to getting his new world order completed, man. He got to finish off his well, it's all coming apart right now. I was gonna say he damn near had all the Middle East. He had to just go up into Iran. All right, and Venezuela also was one of the countries on his list. He had to go up in Venezuela, Iran, and then ultimately up into Russia, man. All right, then he, you know, after Russia, it would have been a cakewalk to go through China and shit like that. But ultimately, this ain't gonna happen for him. All right, this is what's starting to happen right now. You starting to see all this crumble on his ass, man. You starting to see the beast starting to hate the whore. All of his the men that was confederate with thee, that have eaten our bread, have even brought thee to the border, you know, going into like Turkey and stuff like that. All right, all these different nations that was America's allies are now starting to turn on them, man. They starting to lose the power seat, man. These other nations are starting to stand up against them, man. Let the weak say I'm strong, man. All right, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did destroy the nations? All right, so this is now starting to unravel for his ass right now. This is what's going on now. All right, you see, Donald Trump, what you call it? He did a drone strike on Soleimani over there, and what happened? All right, he spent so much time dividing up the Middle East and these Muslims over there. All right, creating these different sects or whatever, whatnot, and then, you know, having them divide against one another. But now all of a sudden, with just one drone strike, you starting to reunite all these different people over there, man. So everything is starting to fall apart on your ass, man. It says 22 again, Job 20 and 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. He shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So while he's still eating, all right, still gathering up unto him all these different nations and these resources, all right, when he's almost full and he's almost got everything accomplished, which that's the stage we in now, you know what I'm saying? He get this here microchip pushed out. And then also, you know, like he think in his mind, he going to go up into Iran and then ultimately into Russia, you know? But that's where he going to be stopped in his tracks at, man. All right? It says, verse 23 again, when he's about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. He shall rain it upon him while he is eating. What is he going to rain upon him? Verse 24, he shall flee from the iron weapon. What is the iron weapon? All right, the iron weapon is these thermonuclear missiles, the ICBMs. All right, it says he shall flee from the iron weapon. The bow of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn, it cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall, and terrors are upon him. All right, so this is, you know, describing these ICBM missiles coming out of their silos, the we call it the submarines, these airplanes or whatever, whatnot, man. All right, that's what it means when it says it's drawn, it's cometh out of his body. All right, that's the, you know, the silos or whatever, whatnot. Yea, the glittering sword. All right, because why? These are how you say, the ICBM missiles, man. All right, verse 26. Let me just finish this out. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. Why does it say it shall be ill with him that's left in his tabernacle? Because why? The thermonuclear missiles is the last of these plagues, man. All right, because you're going to have famine. All right, you know, race wars, martial law, so on and so forth, man. So it's going to be a lot of death over here in America. All right, before World War III, you know, before the end of World War III, you know, because World War III is not even going to be fought over here on the soils of America, man. All right, just the ultimate end attack is, you know, the rest of it's going to be over in the Middle East. All right, but you're going to have all these different calamities going on over here in America. It's going to basically be a whole, like a civil war going on where it's all kind of uprisings, famines, and so on and so forth. A lot of people dying off over here. They're not going to regard the kings or the princes. All right, and the power of their hands is going to stand, like you see over in Virginia going on with this Second Amendment protest or whatever, whatnot, you know. All these things going to be going on, and a lot of Edomites going to be wound up dying over here. All right, like the scripture say, Jacob should be in the midst of many nations. All right, he going to be up on them like the dew that come from heaven. All right, or like a lion that's among the beasts of the field, like the sheep, man. If he go through, he tread it down and tear it asunder, man. You know, roughly paraphrasing. That's, you know, a lot of these Edomites going to die over here on this here side, man, like that. But what it says, it shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. All right, so the ones that's left over here save the elites, because I went into this yesterday, that the elites going to wind up making it through the thermonuclear destruction to be the first fruits to go into slavery. But the ones that survive the famine and the destruction and so on and so forth, and not the elites, But the other ones that survive all of that, they're going to wind up dying in this thermonuclear missiles, man. All right, there's thermonuclear fire, man. That fire not blown, all right? Meaning the fire not blown is like, back in the olden days, they would have to sit there and keep feeding fuel to the fire and blowing on the fire to increase the heat and so on and so forth. But when you get to these thermonuclear missiles, man, you know, when you look at how these things actually trigger off, where they take, I believe it's like plutonium, and they shoot it into uranium, you know what I'm saying? It's basically like a gun. They got like a gun trigger where they shoot it off into the other thing. Once they make contact, there's a nuclear reaction that takes place. And then, hey, man, you got to look at these damn missiles, these bombs when they go off, man, just in slow motion. Watch these shits in the slowest motion that you can. They go from like a small little dot, and it just immediately just expands, man. A fire not blown immediately expands, man. Like everything around that shit just gets annihilated instantly, man. All right? Just think about how long it would take for you to sit there and go to a building and burn it. Just say your house. How long would it take for you to take like some gas and a lighter or whatever to just go and burn your house down, man? It would take you a little bit of time, man, to set the fire or whatever, whatnot. Even if you had your whole house soaked in gasoline and you went and you threw a match on that bitch and whoop, the whole house went up. It would still take a while for your house to burn down the ashes, man. But now just imagine a nuclear missile in your bedroom and that shit just go off, man. Your house gonna be, bruh, that shit gonna be gone in a matter of a split seconds, man. All right? So this is what it's talking about, a fire not blown. Verse 27, the heaven shall reveal his iniquity and the earth shall rise up against him. All right? And that's what you see going on right now. The men of the Lord on the highways and the byways pushing out this truth on the four corners of the earth via the internet, all right, exposing his ass. Now all of a sudden, now all these different nations are rising up against him. Is this the man that did make the earth to tremble? All right, to hammer the whole earth? How is he cut asunder? All right, the increase of his house shall depart, and the goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. And this is the portion of the wicked man from the Most High, and the heritage appointed unto him by the Most High. All right, so this is Esau's ultimate judgment, man. All right, but we're gonna go from there to let me go to Ezekiel 37. All right, because you know, I really want to get onto this here reparations and what Esau's gonna wind up giving us back, man. All right, because we just read in Job 20 that which he swallowed down, that is what he's gonna wind up restoring, man. That's what the restitution gonna be. He gonna wind up giving everything back up. All right, this is Ezekiel 37, and I want to say 20 or was it 17? No. Salak. Give me 1 second. Let me just look it up. I thought it was 37. Oh, matter of fact, let me just go. I don't know why I even thought about that. Let me just go read Isaiah 60. I'm going to try to get through this as quick as possible, all right? Isaiah 60 and 1. It says, matter of fact, let me start at verse 4. It says, lift up thy eyes round about and see all they gather themselves together. Matter of fact, let me go to Psalms 2. I brought this out yesterday. Psalms 2 and 8 verse. Psalms 2 and 8, it says, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance, and the uttermost part of the earth for thy possession. So again, going back into this reparations, bro, money ain't enough, bro. And taking one of the states from America is the dumbest idea in the world, bro, because you still got to be over here. Even if they gave you a land in Africa, bro, Esau ain't got no boundaries of where the fuck he'll go to steal some shit from nobody, bro. He got a problem. This nigga is the ultimate thief, man. All right, the thief coming but to steal and to kill, man. All right, that's what Esau's MO is, all right? So no matter where you go, all right, and if you don't take Esau out, all right, that's cutting the head off the snake, man. You get rid of him, you could live pretty much wherever you want to live and you be in peace because this nigga's out of power, man. All right, he is the hammer of the whole earth, man. All right, so you try to go and get, you know, your own land or whatever, whatnot, he gonna wind up taking it from you, man. You get some money, you gonna wind up giving it right back to his ass, man. All right, Psalms 2 and 8, ask of me and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance and the uttermost part of the earth for thy possession. So first and foremost, we're going to get the people, the human resource, which is the most important resource because the people will go and get everything that you need for you. They'll work until the fields for you. They the ones, just like you right now. You get up early as fuck in the morning when the sun before the sun come up, and your ass get out of bed, and go to work and slave all damn day, come home as the sun is going down, and you do this throughout the whole goddamn week for Esau, man. You ain't really living your life. Muhammad Ali broke this shit down on this old interview he did with somebody where he was like calculating some stuff up. He was like, the average person sleep about 8 hours a day or whatever, whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And you spend X amount of hours traveling throughout the day and X amount of hours doing this, X amount of hours doing that. In reality, you only, over a certain amount of years, you could be going like, let's just say 20 or 30 years. You have to look up this here interview. But let's just say you go 20, 30 years, you only really lived about 5 years out of that whole life. 15 years have been spent in traveling, going to work and going to school and doing all these other things for other people, serving other people. You ain't really lived your life. And really here, we ain't lived our life, man. Everything that we got over here is tainted, man. Our women is tainted. Our children is tainted. The air we breathe is tainted. The water is tainted. Everybody's tainted. You can't even have friends without your friends being tainted, man. You know what I'm saying? You might have a good close friends you grew up with from childbirth, man. All of a sudden you come upon some money or whatever, whatnot, and they, still in the little ruts, and then they want to steal everything from your ass, man, or whatever, whatnot, man. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? We want everything, and we want everything in righteousness, man. So look, we're going to get the scriptures. Let me read it again. Psalms 2:8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance, and the uttermost part of the earth for thy possession. All right, this is what the Most High is planning for us, or have in store for us as a reparation package. All right, so let's go to Isaiah 60:4. Lift up thy eyes round about and see, all they gather themselves together. They come to thee. Thy sons shall come from afar, and thy daughter shall be nursed at thy side. Going to Isaiah 14 and like verse 1. Talking about the strangers gonna cleave unto us. You know what I'm saying? Going into for instance, you got Jake is in the four corners of the earth, right? So let's just say you have Jake from the tribe of Judah, a so-called black man, right? That was scattered over into China, right? But throughout the generations, he was mixed up. Now he's still a Jake, you know what I'm saying? Because the father has always been a so-called Negro, right? But nevertheless, he keep having babies with these Moabite or the so-called Chinese women. Right now, the baby looked like a so-called Chinese woman. For example, I'll give you this example. Blake Griffin, right? His father is a Levite, a really dark-skinned, so-called black-looking man, right? A so-called Haitian, right? Blake Griffin mama looked like she an Edomite. Blake Griffin looked like like a so-called mixed person. Blake Griffin had a baby with a woman that damn sure looked like a damn Edomite, all right? But nevertheless, they child come out blonde hair, blue eye, looking like Macaulay Culkin off of Home Alone. Now, this, let's just say that they was in a whole nother country. Let's say they was living in Europe or some shit. Now, generation after generation, this little boy have a child with another white woman. Now, he's still an Israelite because the seed line, the father, all right, has always been a so-called, so-called Haitian, right? Because Blake Griffin's father is so-called Haitian. Blake Griffin would be a so-called Haitian. His son is a so-called Haitian, even though he looked like a so-called white man. All right, now that son have a baby with a so-called white woman. He's still a so-called Haitian, even though they look like white people. Now, down the line, they didn't forgot their history. Their great-grandfather was a really dark-skinned man that was a so-called Haitian. They just think they so-called white people, right? This is what it's talking about, how they're going to be coming from afar, because, again, we scattered all, throughout the four corners of the earth. Whether you look like Jake or you don't look like Jake, these are strangers being, coming back unto us, man. All right. So it says, verse 5, thou shalt see and flow together, thy heart shall fear and be enlarged. All right. This is like, a scenario like all of a sudden somebody gave you for Christmas or some shit, your birthday, somebody went and played the lottery numbers for you, right? They gave you a lotto ticket. Some people do that shit, right? They give you some scratch offs or whatever, whatnot. Now, you get this lotto ticket, whether it be a scratch off. Let's just say it's not a scratch off. It's one of them fucking numbers you play, right? And it's like in the hundreds of millions of dollars. They gave you this damn ticket, right? Then all of a sudden, or you can see this shit where they play the lotto pranks, where they play the numbers that was played yesterday, and they record the shit and play it back, and they make you think that, you don't want a lotto. You see these people like, oh, they be like shouting for joy. They be taken back. They be in shock. You know what I'm saying? Especially a Jake that's on Section 8, food stamps, living in a project, staying with somebody else or whatever, whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Living in a goddamn shack, man. Imagine them thinking that they didn't won $100 billion or some shit like that. Their reaction, man. This is what our reaction is going to be, man, because look what we used to, bro. All of a sudden it says what? It says, verse 5, Isaiah 60:5. Then thou shalt see and flow together, and thy heart shall fear and be enlarged, because of the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. The forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee. The multitude of camels shall cover thee. The dormities of Midian and Ephah, and all they from Sheba shall come, and they shall bring gold and incense, and they shall show forth the praise of Yahawah. All right, so look, basically, let me read the next one. Verse 7, all the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee. The rams of Nebonoth shall minister unto thee. They shall come up with the acceptance of my altar, and I will glorify the house of my glory. So basically, all these different nations, all right? Did it say here where, maybe we'll get a little further down, where the gate's going to be open continuously, all right? Just like Walmart, 24 hours a day, man. Esau is collecting your money 24 hours a day over at Walmart, Waffle House, 7-Eleven, you know, any of these 24-hour gas stations or stores or whatever, whatnot. 24 hours a day, you can go up into Walmart or whatever, whatnot, and spend money. Me personally, I used to work on night shifts and stuff like that, so I used to get off at night and go do my little shopping at nighttime. But nevertheless, hell, I still like going to Walmart at nighttime, you know what I'm saying? Like late at night, you know, after 11 at least. You know what I'm saying? Because there's less people in there, less of these weirdos in there, and you just get your shit and get the fuck out. You ain't got to wait no long-ass line, right? But nevertheless, 24 hours a day, you know, the Walton family is making continuous money. Because why? People is continuously just going into Walmart 24 hours a day making money. They don't ever close. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy that they even got locks on their door, because 24 hours a day, 365 days a week, they open. You know what I'm saying? Some places, Walmart, I know of one Walmart that actually closed at like 10 o'clock, and that's in Atlanta on Old National, because they be robbing that bitch all the time. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? And some of them, I didn't see one or two Walmarts that actually closed kind of early on, like Christmas or some shit like that. But nevertheless, you get the point. You know what I'm saying? They open 24 hours a day. That family is making money 24 hours a day. You know, when they say, I make money while I'm asleep. Because why? They going to sleep and you still going in their store buying from their ass, man. All right, the casinos and shit like that, it's open 24 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth, man. That's what it's going to be like. You know, our gates, let me see. Well, yeah, we'll get to it. Verse 8. Who are these that fly as a cloud and as doves to their windows? Surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first shall bring thy sons from afar, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of Yahweh thy power and the Holy One of Israel, because he have glorified thee. All right, so when the Lord set us up, all right, this is what our reparation package is going to be, man. Let me keep reading. Well, let me go verse 9. They're going to be bringing, all right, they're going to be bringing, it says, and the ships of Tarshish first shall bring thy sons and from afar, and their silver and their gold with them. So look, they're going to be bringing their resources, the silver and the gold. You know, notice a lot of these countries right now are stockpiling gold right now, man. All right, all that gold that they over there working for, like I said, the human resource, the most valuable resource, bro. We ain't got to go and dig up no gold and gold mine or whatever, whatnot. These other nations are starting, they're getting the head start for it right now, because, you know what I'm saying? Hey, while they got their little freedom or whatever, whatnot, they're gathering up all this gold, but ultimately they're going to just be bringing it unto us, man. All right. It says, verse 10, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls. All right, these strangers are these other nations. And sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their king shall minister unto thee. For my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. All right, so this is like what we wind up doing unto them, man. It says, a stranger shall build up thy walls. So when we get in the kingdom of heaven, bro, we're not going to be laying no motherfucking bricks and building up the kingdom of heaven. You know, none of these things. We're not going to be doing none of that. None of no hard labor or no shit like that, man. All right, just like how you say Esau did over here when he came over here, man. The White House that he lived in, that was built by slaves, man. All right, you know, all laying down the railroads over here, you know, that was built by Jake. You know what I'm saying? Plowing and building up this here landmass. Jake did that, building all these houses, these buildings. Jake is still doing that to the same day, man. All right, so it says the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls. All right, so we went through this yesterday, how they going into captivity. All right, they're gonna rebuild the kingdom of heaven for us, man. All right. And throughout all this here nuclear destruction and all this stuff getting destroyed, who you think gonna be the cleanup crew, bro? All right. It's gonna be these heathen. All right. It says the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls. Their king shall minister unto thee. All right. So like, you know, wait. Where is it at? Cause I don't want to speak on this twice. In fact, I'm gonna skip that, and because it reiterates that a little further down. I'll go into it there. Verse 11. Therefore, thy gate shall be open continuously. Like I was going into a little further up, like the Walmart. Thy gate shall be open continuously; they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. All right, we went through that yesterday about how we were going to bind their kings with fetters of iron. You know, that's why the elite's going to wind up making it through this thermonuclear destruction. All right, they're going to be brought in with chains around their damn necks, man. All right, just like how we was brought with the yoke of iron around our neck, chains around our neck. Hey, look at the middle passage, man. All right, we was chained from our necks to our wrists, all right, around our waist to our feet, man. This is why if one Jake decided to jump off the damn boat, it was going to be a whole slew of Jake going along with his ass, man. All right, this is what's going to be like for their ass, man. All right, you watch that movie Apocalypto, where they was out there in in South America, you had basically the Northern Kingdom out there, But nevertheless, when they was taking, they had one tribe taking another tribe into captivity, and they had them all bound together, man. They was just bringing slaves, basically to sacrifice them on that damn that pyramid thing, So it says 11 again, Isaiah 16:11. Therefore thy gate shall be open continually, and they shall not be shut day nor night, like the Walmart, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles. So day or night, Walmart is open 24 hours a day. The casinos are open 24 hours a day. 7-Eleven are open 24 hours a day. Most McDonald's open 24 hours a day, that we can bring what? Our resources unto Esau, Edom, right? But it's gonna be flipped, all right? Our gates, our cities is gonna be open continuously. They're gonna bring what? That they might bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. So going back to Psalms 2:8, asking me not shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance. 24 hours a day, bro. We're going to be having slaves brought unto us, man. All right. Verse 12, for the nation and the kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. All right. And ultimately, we know that the only nation that's going to ultimately be eradicated off the face of the earth, never to return, is going to be these Edomites. All right. So it says, the glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, the box together, the beautiful places of my sanctuary will I make the place of my feet glorious. I will make the place of my feet glorious. So going back into the resources, and not just any resources, we're going to get the best of all the resources on the planet Earth, man. We're not going to be getting no secondhand shit or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be getting the best of the best, man. All right. Verse 14, the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, just like we read yesterday in Revelation 3:9. All right, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. I will make them come and bow down unto thee to show you that I've loved thee. All right, so here it is being reiterated again, man. These Edomites that you see, the so-called white men that you see, the Rothschilds, the Gettys, the Oppenheimers, all these motherfuckers, the Trumps, the Bushes, all these niggas is gonna be bowing down, kissing our feet, man. All right, hey, you even have some Edomites nowadays, when these scriptures used to come out a whole lot heavier back in the days, man. You have some Edomites, which they might not even have been Edomites because of the fact, because Esau got some fucking pride on his ass, you know what I'm saying? These might have been some jakes that look like Esau, Edom, that got some kind of compassion on their ass and understand certain things, you know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, like for instance, there was a video that one of the brothers sent out, and I think another one of the brothers actually did a video on this, about this so-called Asian man, right, who was talking about like Will Smith and Barack Obama being the same person, but then his resources, or his sources to elaborate and correct that they're two different people was, he went to the Zondervan Bible, and he also went into what he talking about us, the Hebrews, right, the Hebrew Israelites, talking about how we teach, like, just because we look like him and we're the same color, we're not the same people. He Hamitic, we Shemitic, right? But nevertheless, when you listen to that dude in that video, you know what I'm saying? Even at the end, he wound up saying that, the so-called Negroes, they're the Israelites, so on and so forth, and the atrocities that happen to them or whatever, whatnot, they're not going to all look the same. But, everybody, the most atrocious things happen to them, and, we all got to go into captivity up under them, and listen to how he said it. We all got to go into captivity up under them. He wasn't mad. He wasn't upset. He pretty much came to terms like, you know what? We did fucking, and he's not even in power right now. They people, it was a long time ago when we was in captivity up under their ass. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? Nevertheless, he understood and knew, like, you know what? This is righteous judgment. You know what I'm saying? But, listen to a motherfucker like that, they'll be like, nah, bro, nah. That I don't know if this is one of them other nations like that. This might actually be Jake that, have some kind of understanding, like, you know what? There is a Most High. This is true, whatever, whatnot, But it's crazy because Jake that look like Jake, they be fighting against this shit. But we had the Jakes that don't look like Jake, you know what I'm saying? They be more. That's why when you see amongst the camps where it looks like so-called white people amongst us, you know what I'm saying? They come up, when they first get into the camp, they come up and they listen or whatever, whatnot, and they hear about the so-called white man going into slavery or whatever, whatnot, but they don't necessarily be moved by that. They be like, but I want to learn a little bit more. I want to understand this. I'm kind of getting this. I understand it, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? And then when they come to grips, most of the time, they be like, you know what? I get it. We took y'all into slavery. We fucked y'all over and did so on and so forth. It's only right that we go into captivity up under y'all. You know what I'm saying? And it's to them when brothers is like really checking and discerning the spirit, try the spirit by the spirit, and like, you know what? This might not be no goddamn Edomite. First of all, because the wicked ain't gonna understand this. And second of all, the wicked ain't gonna agree with this because the pride of his heart has deceived thee. He gonna be proud all the way up into the end, man. All right. So it says, verse Isaiah 60:14 again, the sons of them that afflicted thee, All right, Esau is afflicting us right now. Not just Esau, these other nations also as well. They shall come bending unto thee, and they and all that despise thee shall bow themselves down at thy soles of thy feet. All right, so they're gonna bow down and kiss your feet. They shall call thee the city of Yahawah, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. All right, so hey, they're gonna be praising us, man. They're gonna be basically worshiping us, man. All right, we're gonna be their gods, their powers, man. Like the scriptures say right now, because we're under these curses. Esau's the head and we the tail. We got to go to him for hunger and the one of everything. But it's going to be vice versa when we get into the kingdom. He going to come to us for every damn thing. Not just him, all these other nations as well too. Verse 15, whereas thou have been forsaken and hated so that no man went through thee, I will make thee eternal excellency and the joy of many generations. So yeah, we at the bottom of the bottom. We the most hated, but the Lord is about to make us the most glorious nation on the planet Earth, where all nations is going to serve and glorify us, man. Verse 16. All right, this is the verse that I said I was going to come back to, talking about the king is going to minister unto us. Verse 16, and thou shalt suck the milk of the Gentiles, thou shalt suck the breast of kings. Thou shalt know that I am Yahawah, thy Savior, and the Redeemer of the mighty one of Jacob. So, back in the olden days, you know what I'm saying, when we was in this, like, actual hardcore bondage under the so-called white man, all right, you had, basically, these Edomite women will have babies, but then you would have women that was raising their babies and like breastfeeding them and shit, right? Breastfeeding, you know what I'm saying, is basically, giving the baby milk and shit like that, is basically feeding the baby what it needs, the food, the nutrition to build that baby up, to get it, started off in life, giving it all the resources it needs to survive, right? But nevertheless, hey, what's crazy is, hey, my grandmother still basically do this to the same day, man. Not breastfeeding these people, but, you know what I'm saying, ever since I was little, as a little kid, because my grandmother, she had like 3 jobs. She used to clean houses. She still clean houses, bake cakes, and work at a yarn factory. And they wound up pushing her out of the yarn factory after she had a heart attack. So she still clean houses and bake cakes, right? And she make a killing off of them cakes. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying, she still cleaned houses. And one of the families that she cleaned houses for, it was this one lady, when I was young, this lady was like real young. When she was, my grandmother basically was cleaning her mother's house, right? And so when this lady was young, she wound up raising this little girl up, you know what I'm saying? And, teaching her all these different things. So she basically had her from a young child age all the way up until she was an adult. She had children, and she raised those children up. You see what I'm saying? Now she raised these children up, from little babies, and taught them all the things they needed to know, whatever, whatnot, babysit them and everything, man. All right, then all of a sudden now these children are old enough now to actually have children now. Matter of fact, they actually, one of them, not recently, but had a child after that. My grandmother still cleaned house for the same family, and, not the grandmother no more, but the mother and then the child, you know what I'm saying, who just had children. So she's still taking care of these people to the same day, man. You go to a lot of these, or I would even say you go to a lot of these backwood country towns and stuff, and you still have a lot of people doing that. But hell, even in my job now, I'll be going to these Edomite houses, servicing their houses, and I see these companies like Molly Maid or whatever, whatnot. All these maid and house cleaning services is always Israelites. Down here where I'm at, it's always the like the tribe of Issachar, the so-called Latinos, so-called Mexicans. They always the ones cleaning houses, man. All right, so look, verse 16, thou shalt suck the milk of the Gentiles. So we're going to wind up getting our so-called nourishment and resources and things up off of them, like we read earlier. All right, the gate's going to be open continuously. They're going to bring their gold and their silver and all their resources, right? It says, thou shalt suck the breast of kings. So we're going to be not only getting all their resources, we're going to get the best of the best. We're not going to be getting, you know what I'm saying, all right, run y'all pockets. We're going to get, John that lived down the block. It's not like we're going to be robbing some homeless people and taking the change out their cup. No, we finna be robbing the Rothschild. We're not robbing. They finna give us all the shit that they got from the Rothschilds. You see what I'm saying? We're not going to be getting, we about to get the best of the best, man. All right, we're going to be eating up off of the best of the best because, hey, that which you labor for shall the restitution be, man. All right, but ultimately, we're going to get all these heathen into captivity, man. All right. Verse 17, like I was just going into, verse 17, for brass I will bring gold. So you're going to ask for, let's say you asking for, hey, man, can you give me a ride to work or something like that, bro? Hey, can I borrow your bike so I can ride that bitch to work? Can you give me a ride to work? Or can I borrow a couple dollars to catch the bus to get to work? Man, I ain't giving you no money. You ain't taking my bike. I ain't got time to give you no ride to work. Fuck all that. Here go $1.2 billion, go buy you a Bugatti. What the fuck? I just needed a ride to work. This nigga gave me a Bugatti. I don't even want the Bugatti, but I can go sell that shit, go buy me a Honda Accord and go buy me a big-ass house and go start me a business. This is way more than what the fuck I asked for. I just needed a ride to work, cuz I'm good, So this is what it's like. For brass, I will bring gold, and for iron, I will bring silver. For wood, brass, and for stone, iron. I will also make the officers peace and the exactors righteousness. All right. So, hey man, you can't even like I was going into earlier. You niggas want fucking reparations from the so-called white man in the form of some fucking what they call that shit, fiat currency, man. This bullshit ass money that's being devalued, which is gonna go away anyway. He can give you all the money that they got, every single dollar bill that's in print, and then what they gonna do? Just devalue. Oh well, we're going into the Bitcoin currency or cryptocurrency. You know what I'm saying? So all the money y'all got is worth nothing now. You know what I'm saying? Or he can give you a landmass and then just go to war with your ass and wage war on you. Oh yeah, they're breeding terrorists over there. You know, they sponsoring terrorists. We gotta go take them out or whatever, whatnot. You know. But nah, the Most High said, look, you asking for that little bit of shit, you know, $20 trillion. Bro, I'm about to give you the fucking heathens and all their possessions, man. All the gold on the earth. You about to inherit the whole earth, man. You asking for one little state or one little county or one little town. I'm about to give you the whole planet earth, man. The uttermost part of the earth for thy inheritance, man. All right. So it says, verse 18, violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders, and thou shalt call thy walls salvation and the gates praise. All right, so look, you ain't gonna be living in the hoods and the ghettos no more, no shit like that, where there's drive-bys and all the time you hear sirens and shit going off and people breaking in your house, crackheads on the corners and junkies getting served here and there, you know, prostitutes walking up and down the block and shit like that, you know, Jays in the hallway shooting up and shit. You ain't gonna be seeing no shit like that in your neighborhoods no more, man. First of all, your gate's gonna be open continuously, bro. You're gonna be in your house. You might not even have no goddamn doors on your house, man. Shit is gonna be open, man. Gold bars on the table and shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna dare touch none of that shit, man. You see what I'm saying? Nobody gonna come up in your shit to dare bro, it'll be like this. Like in modern days today, man, you'll be able to take, you know, your wallet full of $100,000 in that bitch if you could fit it, or a duffel bag full of $1 million, right? And go sit it amongst down there on Skid Row with all them homeless people out there. You know what I'm saying? And leave that bitch for 6 years out there and come back in that bag still there. Ain't nobody even just the bag already unzipped and the money right there. Nobody even thought to touch the money at all. That's what it's gonna be like, man. In fact, there's a place down here kind of like close to where I live, and there's a city called Sarasota, but off of Sarasota there's this little island, right? It's like one of these little rich islands. They got a couple little islands over there. Siesta Key, which is like one of the richest islands over there. But you also got this other little island, which is St. Armand Circle, which is this big ass circle. You know, you cross this bridge and you on this circle. Now from this circle, there's about I think 3 or 4 little exits off this circle, which leads you to like other islands. You know, you got Lido Beach, Longboat Key, Google Island and shit like that, right? You got all these different little islands off there. But anyway, and St. Armand Circle is like this super fucking rich little circle. In fact, your boy Jerry Springer live off over there, man. Right over in that little circle, which is crazy because this nigga fly out to go to his show all the time. I used to work out there at this restaurant, and homeboy used to come in there every Thursday and eat with his little family and shit. But nevertheless, you know, out there in that circle, I mean, you know, there's a lot of places around here where you see these motherfuckers be driving Lamborghinis and shit like that, Bugattis and shit like they drive all of that shit out here, man. And matter of fact, those Maseratis, they drive Maseratis like most people see like Honda Accords and Honda Civics in these cities, man. They got a lot of these shits out here, man. But nevertheless, in this little city, this island, this little circle, this is an island, St. Armand Circle, right? You'll go out there, man, and, you know, around a little circle, they got these little restaurants and shit around the circle, the little tables outside, man. You'll see these cars parked up around the circle on, like, not the sidewalk, but, you know, on a, you know how like in New York, they parallel park on the side of the road type of shit, you know. So you'll see these cars parked around a circle like that, man. You'll be going around seeing, like, drop-top Lamborghinis, drop-top Ferraris, drop-head Rolls Royces, you know what I'm saying? All these motherfuckers sitting outside, top down, keys in the motherfucker, right? They don't even take the keys out the car. They just sitting in the car. You're like, motherfucker, like, Jake, bruh. Jake be walking by, like, I know this nigga, this got to be some bait car type of shit. Like, bruh, I want to take, bruh, I'm about to go slap the shit out this nigga for doing this shit like this. This is the reason that police got to be doing all this shit, tax this shit going up, because y'all niggas leaving this shit. You know, because how Jake was raised, bro. You better not leave your car. You can have a raggedy-ass car with nothing in this motherfucker. You still locking the doors and shit like that, so don't nobody break in and take nothing out of your car, man. You know what I'm saying? You'll have a car that's broke down in your yard and shit with no motor in there, no nothing in the car. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, you still locking the damn doors because you worried about somebody stealing that shit, man. It's going to be like how I'm explaining about St. Armand Circle, where these people leave their damn Lamborghinis and Ferraris and shit with the damn keys in the car and nobody around the car to top all down and shit, you know? Or you see these Edomites leaving their damn garage door opens with Rolls Royces and shit and these big-ass houses. They just leave this shit all open, man. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, or on their back patios, they got these huge-ass 70-inch TV screens and shit. Like, B, It ain't nothing stopping me from grabbing that but this goddamn screen that I can just poke a hole through and take that bitch. Esau don't worry about no shit like that because why? Hey, they live in these gated communities. They got the security that roll through that bitch or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? The cameras around their house. Ain't nobody rolling. Jake ain't rolling through these neighborhoods and stealing from them. Jake will go steal a hoopty rod, a fucking box Chevy before he go and steal a and he got to pop the fucking steering column and hot wire that bitch to get that bitch rolling. Whereas the motherfucking Rolls Royce over there with the top down and the keys in that bitch, man. All you got to do is get in there and push the button. That bitch is going to start right on up, bro. They don't even want to touch that shit. That's how it's going to be in the kingdom of heaven, man. Ain't nobody going to dare to think about this shit, bro. You take Jake over there, like, bro, the keys in that Rolls right there. Like, nigga, that shit is super hot, bro. We are not taking that shit. We'll go over to the hood and go steal one of these goddamn box Chevys or some shit, one of these little Honda Accords and shit, before we go touch this shit. Even though we can get way more money off of this than we can get off of that little piece of shit, you know? But nevertheless, continuing on, verse 18 again, violence shall be no more heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders, but thou shalt be called the walls of salvation, the gate and thy gates praise. The sun shall no more be thy light by day, neither for brightness shall the moon give light unto thee, but Yahawah shall be unto thee an everlasting light, and thy power thy glory. The sun shall no more go down, neither shall thy moon withdraw itself, for Yahawah shall be thy everlasting light in the days of thy mourning, and the days of thy mourning shall be ended. All right, so this is when we getting into the kingdom of heaven, man. And the Lord's gonna, like Revelation 20 say, the Lord gonna wipe away all of our tears, man. All right, no more pain, no more sorrow, man. It's gonna be all done away with, man. Verse 21, thy people shall all be righteous, man. And you don't understand how important that is, man. Like I was saying earlier in the video, man, everything here is tainted, man. You may have an old lady, but ultimately, first of all, especially if you in this here truth, man, that's going to be a vessel for these demons to hop on your old lady to fucking fuck with your ass, man. You know what I'm saying? And even if you're not in this here truth or whatever, whatnot, you see how the way these relationships is going, man. You know what I'm saying? Esau has really did a number on our women, man. All right, it's very far and few of these women that you find out here that's actually saying, matter of fact, all these women is really listening on the truth, man. Really, beyond that, all these other women is just fucking destroyed out there, man. But hey, a lot of them gonna actually wake up and be saved, man, because we're gonna need them to reproduce into the kingdom of heaven, because this is what we're going into right now, man. All right, so hey, like the scriptures say, a lot of these harlots, they gonna wind up being saved, man. And really going into that, they're not gonna be proud. You know, you got different type of hookers and shit. You know, you got, you know, I can kind of respect the damn hooker that's out there, like, I got to do what I got to do to make ends meet, versus the ones that's out there, you know, trying to just so-called get a bag, to so-called stunting shit on people. Like, you got the ones that's just, you know, I got 2 or 3 different jobs, plus I got to do this shit on the side, you know what I'm saying, versus the one that's over here, oh, bitch, I got a brand new Benz, I got this condo in Miami or whatever, whatnot, and I'm caked up right now, you know. Hey, those are the proud ones, you know what I'm saying? They just gonna keep living it up like that, you know what I'm saying? Versus the ones that's got to do what they got to do to make ends meet. For instance, you had back in the days, you had drug dealers that was actually selling drugs because they took away the jobs, the only way to feed their family. I got to do this shit. You know, you still see some people nowadays that's doing this. They got a regular fucking job, but the job ain't bringing in enough money, you know what I'm saying? So they got to sell a little something on the side just to goddamn make sure all their bills is paid and feed their kids, you know what I'm saying? And I don't feel so bad, you know, I don't feel so bad for that, or not to say feel so bad. He ain't as worse off as the dude that's just doing this shit for so-called clout. Yeah, I'm the biggest dope boy. I got, you know, the bands of money to my ear or whatever, whatnot. Like, bro, you got enough to make it to where you need, you know what I'm saying? You'd have made 20 bands. Most niggas in the hood is making less than, you know, put it this way, less than 30,000. You know, most Jake in the hood making like 15, 20,000 a year anyway. So you'd have made you 30 bands, bro. You good. You ain't got to keep going and flashing and flaunting like that, man. Take that little 30 bands and put it into something and flip that shit up, man. You know what I'm saying? But hey, this is why, you know, I was saying about these women, you know, some of these harlots is actually going to be saved, man. All right. But it says thy people shall all be righteous, man. Going back into what I was saying, man, a lot of our women is defiled. They all, because they was given the liberty to rule over in this here, scripture said, I'm going to create a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. All right. But nevertheless, this is the thing that that's happened right now. So with that, a lot of our women have pride. Oh, this nigga broke. This nigga ain't got the bag, whatever, whatnot. Oh, I'm independent. I'm this and that. You know, you have to be a proud woman to say things like this, man. Oh, I'm going to call the police on you, this and that. All these different things like that, man. It's just coming from a proud woman's mouth, all right? But when we get into the kingdom of heaven, all right, all of our women going to be righteous, man, all right? You know, and also all of our men going to be righteous. You ain't got to worry about one of your brothers trying to sleep with your woman, looking at your woman sideways, trying to molest your kids, kidnap your kids, sell drugs to your kids, or anybody, you know what I'm saying, rob you or no shit like that. You ain't got to worry about that, man. We're going to all be righteous, man. You ain't got to worry about your parents. Well, shit, I don't know if this really happened amongst Jake, you know, the parents molesting the kids, but you ain't going to have the parents being overly abusive to the children and things like that, you know what I'm saying, where they just, or you know how you have like crack babies and shit like that, but the parents be crackheads and they do all kind of foul shit to the kids and let them just be starving and eating out the trash can. None of that shit's gonna happen no more, man. Like the movie Losing Isaiah, Hunger, dump the baby in the dumps. That shit's not gonna happen no more. We're gonna all be righteous, man. You're not gonna have no little badass little daredevils growing up in school and, you know what I'm saying, getting into all these fights and doing all kind of crazy shit. Well, he might be getting into some fights, you know what I'm saying, as far as putting these heathen into subjection, you know what I'm saying, just for the hell of it. But it ain't like they're gonna be causing no trouble, stealing no shit, getting shot at for stealing some cigarillos and shit. Matter of fact, let me stop saying that because of the fact this Trayvon, I think his name was Trayvon, or no, Mike Brown. It might have been Trayvon. One of them cats actually paid for them damn cigarillos. That's why they never said, you know, the dude who had the store never said that he stole them shits. He actually paid for them, you know what I'm saying, and he just wanted his change or some shit, just left out the store. But nevertheless, you ain't gonna have no scenarios like that at all either, man. All right. So it says, thy people shall all be righteous. They shall inherit the land forever. The branch of my plant and the work of my hand, that I might be glorified. All right. So we're going to inherit the whole earth forever, man. Verse 22. A little one shall become 1,000. All right. And a small one shall become a strong nation. Yahawah will hasten it in his time. Going back into what I was saying about, you know, a lot of these women is going to actually be saved. All right. For what? Reproduction, man. All right. We're going to have multiple women. All right. What was that? Isaiah 4:1. 7 women shall take hold of one man. And that's going to start on this here side. All right, because this is how you women gonna wind up being saved throughout Jacob's trouble, man. You're gonna have to be with a man of the Lord to wind up being saved, man. All right, point blank, period. You know, so hey, it will behoove you to try to get your situation straight now before we get into these dire times, and they cut off the internet. Then you really can't reach the men of the Lord or whatever, whatnot. You know, hey, but the end all be all, it says a little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. So hey, a little one gonna have thousands of children. All right, and a small one gonna have a strong nation. All right, imagine that you have your own nation, like Judah himself, the tribe of Judah. That's like a whole nation, so-called Negroes, like that. They all come out of one loin, out of one man, Judah. All right, Issachar, so-called Mexicans, they come out of one man named Issachar. All right, the so-called Seminole Indians, they come out of one man named Reuben. We're gonna be like that as well too, man. All right, we're gonna be reproducing on the planet Earth. We got to bring back 2/3 of the Israelites, man. All right, so what? Read again, Isaiah 60:22. And a little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. Yahawah will hasten it in his time. So this is what's basically going to be our reparation package right here, man. All right, you know, plus a lot of other things. We're going to go into the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? Have spiritual bodies. We're going to always be, well, we read that, well, we're going to always be righteous. We're not going to go off no more. All right, that's the new covenant that the Lord going to write the laws in our inward parts. We're not going to go off no more. All right, so, hey, man, this is part of our reparation package, man. So keep your eyes off of the shit that Esau trying to give you, because again, fuck, Esau give you all this here money, you still got wickedness amongst our people. They'll just steal it from your ass, man. You see what I'm saying? Or they give you some land, Esau still come against you with that shit, man. All right, you don't want that shit, man. You want the best of the best, man. You want to suck the breast of the milk, suck the breast milk of the kings. Suck the breast of these kings and get the milk. You want the best of the best. You don't want this little bullshit, you know, fiat currency that's going to go away, be devalued. You don't want no defiled ass land that's still up under Esau, that's getting chemtrailed and fucked up water with his military trying to plunder and everything like that, man. You don't want none of these things, man. You want what the Most High finna give you and everything in righteousness, man. All right? But I'm going to go ahead and close out with that. Lord willing, this here lesson was edifying unto the elect. Until next time, I say, call halal Yahawah, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Aki, and pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say stay strong and shalom.